So let's say you wanted to trade on a mini. Okay? So what I'm going to do, but you actually wanted to trade the micro because you're going to trade, say, Simplicity. You just click on New and you go down here to Apex Copier. You open it up. And then you go over and say, okay, I want to trade the ES, but I want to trade it on micros. And I'm going to do like Sim Leader. You can name the account whatever you want to. And I'm going to follow it on, Sim Follower. Okay? And of course you can do this with live accounts. I'm just doing this for, examples. But notice how this says like exact quantity. You don't see anything here. So right click where it says method and click on cross order. And now I can click cross order and notice that says MES is where it's going to place the trade. And so now that I have that set up, I can go over here and I can choose my Sim Leader account. And then let me bring my NTA back up, but it's always on top because I want you to see it. And I'm just going to put in, let's say we're looking at, actually, let's say we're trading Simplicity. Okay, it's been going down, having a nice short run. So Sim Leader. And so in a Sim account, now I can trade this from a Sim account to a live account. And I click sell. Notice what happened is, in the Sim Leader account, it placed me in a mini, but in the micro account, or in the follower account, which could have been a live account, it placed me in the micro. And let me show it to you in a follower account, like a real live follower account. That's how you're really going to be using it anyway. So let's get this. Let's put this always on top. All right, let me just close this out. Now I'm going to put the put trade on a Sim account, so I can watch the Simplicity chart or whatever chart you're going to do. But I'm going to choose a live account. Okay? To copy, and I'm going to say copy as a micro. And so on this one, we'll go in and we'll say sell. And you'll notice it automatically put me in the mini for the Sim account, but in the live account, it put me in the micro. So I was able to play on the mini chart in the Sim, but place it in my live account on the micro. Do you think that would be helpful to you? So I got questions now is, will the stop be the same? Well, let's say we had a stop right up here. Okay, we put a buy stop market right there. Well, let's go over and let's look at our orders. Both the stops are at 32.94. Now what if I want to make that stop move up? Now they're both at 32.94.75. What if I want to move it down? Now they're both at 32.93. What if I want to put a take profit over here, right at that level? It automatically puts the take profit in there for me. Now it knocked out my stops. Well, now I got, okay, so I took a small profit there. So what if I want to cancel my stop? I cancel it, boom. Now both of my take profits are gone. So it mimicked that. Now what if I use an ATM? Okay? So let's go in and let's just use an ATM. I know we don't use ATMs on Simplicity, but let's just say we were. Okay, and I'm not worrying about P&L and whether a trade wins or loses right now. I'm just trying to show you how it works. So I put it in. It instantly put in my order. It instantly put in my stop and take profit on both my mini and my micro. And if I adjusted that stop down here, then it adjusted on both of them for me right away. Okay? Do y'all see how that's beneficial? Like, would make it so much easier for you to trade a smaller size. So now let's close that out. I know I'm just like losing like 2 and 3 ticks left and right here, but that's okay. Let's go to ratio. What if I wanted to do 3 micros? I just make that say ratio. Okay. And it ought to work no matter what ATM you use, as long as you're placing the order in there. It's inside of Ninja. You got to place the order inside of Ninja, so it has to be a Ninja-based ATM. So now I'm going to go in and we'll just buy this time. And check this out. It did 1 on my sim, but it did 3 micros for me. Does that help? So you really can trade the micros like that. Okay? So yeah, I love it. It's super easy to use. And if I wanted to trade it on multiple accounts, all I got to do is literally click a green box. And I could trade the other one on a full-size account. Or I could trade 1 contract or 10 contracts or whatever I wanted to do. Okay? Now let's just say, you know what, I think well, it just hit take profit. So I said it. It hit it on the micro. Check that out. It hit my micro take profit, but my sims still aren't there yet. So if I see that, you know, something's still there that shouldn't be, I can just say, you know, cancel all orders. Or I could say, you know, close out, whatever. So, but the order was at the exact same price. So do you see, even if you, one thing I want people to really understand is even if you don't have multiple accounts, there's a massive value in using the trade copier because it copies from micros to minis. Okay? Now, if you want to just copy from mini to mini, just uncheck the box. All right? So I'm doing minis. I'm going to do actual full size here. I'm going to do a sim. But, and I click buy, and it'll copy it over. Pulls it over, cancels it out. Okay? That one out. Here we go. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're just going to do exact quantity. We're going to do sim leader. We're going to sim follower. And now it's doing it in 2 accounts for me at the exact same time. Now let me close it out. What if I wanted to do it in several accounts at the same time? There it goes. Now I'm in 4 accounts at the exact same time with 1 click. And if I go check my orders, there's all my orders. If I adjust my orders, it adjusts all my orders simultaneously. You see how fast that was? Let me do it again. All updated. 3293.50, bring it on back down here. 3296.50. Like, just boom, 3293.50. Well, if your internet goes down, that has nothing to do with the trade copier. If your internet goes down, that has nothing to do with the trade copier. So now what could happen, is it possible, okay, is it possible that a micro and a mini one may hit a price and one may not? Because I think this is really important to teach them. Because sometimes the tick can be a little bit off. Is it possible with trading like multiple mini contracts that one order could get filled and another one could not? Like especially like on a take profit, like it goes up, it bumps it and comes back down. Could that happen even if you're manually placing all the trades at the exact same price? Right? So that can happen. Do you agree that that can happen even if you're manually placing all your trades? Like, does everybody agree with that? Like, you see it hit the price, hit the price, hit the price, right? Okay, so what should you do? You should always have your positions tab open. Okay? So just in case one contract gets filled and another one doesn't get filled, you just right click. Well, it hit it there. So we just right click and we say flatten everything. Okay? Did you see that? Let me do that again for you. I'm not trying to make money right now. I'm just trying to show you how it works so you ideally can make money. So again, flatten everything. Flatten them all out. Okay? Now let's go ahead and let's do another buy. Okay? And then let's just assume something didn't get filled. Okay? I right click and I just say flatten everything. And if it doesn't flatten it, I'm going to say it again. Flatten everything. Keep an eye on your positions tab. Okay? Do you think that you could get hammered if you didn't keep an eye on it and it didn't close the position and you didn't know it and it just kept flying against you? You think that's possible? Yes. Would you rather keep up 10 charts or just one position tab? So, do you think it is very wise to keep up your positions tab? You're not using up resources, you're not looking in 10 places, it's right there. If there's a mistake, I don't try to figure it out. Okay, this is a big thing. A lot of times traders freeze, or what's going on? Like they want to figure it all out. What's going on is you need to right click and click flatten everything. That's it. You have to do it again, do it again. Just get flat. Well, you'll know an order didn't get filled if you don't see it in here in your positions. But you can also look at orders. So let's say we go in and click sell. See, all my orders are right there. There's my positions. Here's all my orders. So I can watch both the positions and the orders tab. But to me, the most important thing is positions. And then once I know I'm flat, I'll double check and I'll click on orders to make sure there's no orders hanging out there. The nice benefit is when I hit flatten everything, it cancels all my orders. Okay? So if I go here to hit flatten everything, and if I have to hit it more than once, I hit it more than once. Whatever it takes, all my orders are gone. Okay? Now somebody asks, would hitting close on the leader account close all accounts? Yeah, so we'll do it by market. Got our positions here, and we'll do close. And it closes out all my accounts at one time. Close and flatten is, I think close is better to use. Like, I don't use flatten unless I'm not supposed to be in something. The only time I use flatten on positions is when I'm not supposed to be in. So if I'm trading and I want to get out of a trade, I'm going to use the close button. All right. So we got another great question by Jeffrey. Is it possible to have one on NQ and have another one set up on ES and MES? Yes. You just go down here, hit the plus tab. See how I did that? You can have as many set up as you want to. And I can trade this one, change this one to NQ. And I could make it, say sim leader if I wanted to. There's a sim follower. Right click on it and say cross orders. Click that one. Now it's MNQ. Now if I bring NQ over here and I change to sim leader and I place a buy order, Then it'll place a buy order on NQ and MNQ. If at the exact same time I placed a buy order on ES, then it places it on all my ES accounts that I have selected as well. So you really can do any combination that you want to. And if I wanted to flatten on everything at once, see, close would only close NQ or ES. But if I wanted to flatten everything, no matter what instrument it is, then I can do it on that page. And again, if you see other orders pop up but it didn't quite flatten everything, just double click it or right click it and flatten everything again. So does this take rocket science? I mean, literally the entire training is 10 minutes. Right, for all 3 sections. And the 3 sections are how to copy to multiple accounts, how to do ratios. By the way, you can do smaller ratios. Okay? So let's say I wanted to trade half the contracts on this one and double the contracts on this one. And let's say I want to trade that one on M and Q and that one on NQ. I can go over here. I can hit sell market. Oh, that was on my ES chart. Close. Where did I put my signals? There it is. Go over here. And I got my 2 M and Q, NQs, but I only did one, so notice it didn't do anything for me for the half. But if I change this to 2 contracts, now watch what happens. Now it just did 1 on my M and Q. It did 2 on NQ, and it did 4 on the larger NQ count. You can see that by the difference in the P&Ls. So Jeffrey says he used it today on NQ and MQ, and it was super simple. Do we have to set the copier every time you start MT8? That actually brings up a couple good things. One is save it in your workspace, okay? But 2, double check it because you want to make sure you don't have, like I already have one set up, my main one that I use over here. So I have this one set up. And if I have 2 of them set up and I execute, what do you think is going to happen if I have 2 set up on NQ, and I don't know I have 2 trade copiers open? What do you think is going to happen if I have 2 trade copiers open saying to copy NQ on an account? You're going to take double trades. Yeah. We had somebody doing that the other day. They're like, what's going on? So yeah, it would be double doing, okay? So let's say you had like a 300,000 now. So now the ratio again to bring back a point. Let's say you had a $300,000 account you're trading, 2 or 4 contracts on, and you had a $50,000 account you're trading 5 micros on, right? So now you can trade multiple size Vvvg accounts using the ratios and using the copy. Okay? So you can even use reverse and have it copy the reverse position. So question, can you use multiple Vvvg accounts that are from different emails? No, I don't know why you would have multiple Vvvg accounts from different emails. So there's no reason to have different emails because you can have multiple Vvvg accounts in one email. So if I have a custom strategy on the chart that enters my orders and manages my stops, is that compatible with the trade copier? Yes, it is. We actually have our own automated strategies that manages stops and everything else. And any order placed on the leader account will be copied on the follower accounts, as long as they're placed inside of MetaTrader. Isn't MNQ very choppy and illiquid? Isn't MNQ very choppy and illiquid? It was when it first came out, but it's got pretty liquid lately. And one of the good things is you're not trading MNQ based on MNQ, you're trading MNQ based on NQ, so you're going to use NQ pricing. I mean, you don't talk about illiquidity. I mean, NQ doesn't have massive liquidity. If I pull MNQ, it actually probably has more. So here's comparing MNQ and NQ. There's NQ with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's with 4, 3, 5, 8, 20, 20, 23, 6, 6. So you have pretty similar liquidity now, and similar bid offers between NQ and MNQ. Like, let's say I go over here and I disconnect from Rhythmic. Notice how all those accounts go away. Okay? But when I reconnect to Rhythmic, then they'll all show back up. So the copier will reflect all accounts available for copying in your account. Again, how to use the tabs for different instruments? Yeah, it's simple. You just go down and you click a tab, and then you just choose an instrument. YM. Now it's a YM. It'll follow YM. This one falls in Q. This one follows ES. Is the lifetime license only good while you're a member of Apex? You do not ask. Do you have to have the chart open in the following account? No, you don't. I just suggest that you have the position tab open. But you do not have to have the follower account charts open in the follower accounts. Please show how to create a new SIM account again. Yeah, no problem. Go over here to accounts, right click on account and say add simulation account, give it a name, and then say okay, then close and reopen your Ninja. And you'll have a new SIM account. And then say okay, then close and reopen your Ninja. Then you'll have a new SIM account. Can you close senior follower accounts? Yes. So if you were in a trade and you wanted to just close one of them, you'd have to do it by looking at the chart. But let's say I was in an ES trade over here. I go to my positions tab, and I want to close out of just this one. I could say close this one, and it would just close that one out. Does it work in demo? Yeah, I just placed a bunch of sim trades. It works in demo, it works in live, it even works trading from demo to live or live to demo.